Topping off our morning rush, the city of Albuquerque is launching a search for a new face to oversee APD's police reform. The current superintendent, Sylvester Stanley, has been responsible for a complete overhaul of the academy and improving training practices. The position also oversees discipline of officers for police misconduct. The Omicron variant has officially been identified in the U.S. A person in California who traveled from South Africa on November 22nd has mild symptoms and is self-quarantining. President Biden is expected to give an update today on the strategy to fight COVID over the winter months. Today, the Rio Arriba County Sheriff will be sentenced after a jury found him guilty of helping his friend evade police. In 2017, Rio Arriba County Sheriff James Lujan helped former city councilor Phil Chacon hide out from Española police. Yesterday, a jury convicted him of aiding a felon and intimidating a witness. Erica.
Here's a look at the school day forecast. Temperatures are starting in the mid-30s, so it's a really cool start to the day. By this afternoon, we'll be back into the 60s, so it's a good day to wear the cold layer stuff in the morning and be able to take it off in the afternoon.
Former DOJ official Jeffrey Clark is now being held criminally accountable for not working with the January 6th committee. Clark refused to answer any questions based on the former president's claims to executive privilege. The matter will now go to the House for a full vote. A judge's ruling will keep a New Mexico teen accused in a deadly drunk driving crash behind bars. Investigators say 19-year-old Casino Salazar was driving nearly 100 miles per hour when he crashed and killed Kevin Barton last month. Judge Courtney Weeks ordered Salazar to stay in jail until his trial. We're hearing more from actor Alec Baldwin this morning following the fatal shooting on the New Mexico movie set of Rust. The actor says that he, quote, didn't pull the trigger of the gun. During an exclusive interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos, the actor also said he does not know how the live bullet got onto the set of his movie. Erica.
And here's a look at the New Mexico Threat Index. Really quiet weather today, so you won't find any issues for the morning except for those chillier temps.
The 15-year-old accused of opening fire inside a high school in Michigan is facing murder and terrorism charges. Officials say Ethan Crumbly reportedly used his father's pistol in that shooting. 4 counts of first-degree murder, 7 counts of assault, and 1 count of terrorism is what the teen is facing today. The fate of the historic 1973 Roe v. Wade decision is in the hands of the Supreme Court this morning. The ruling is tied to a new Mississippi law that makes abortions illegal after 15 weeks of pregnancy. An official decision by Supreme Court justices will likely not come down until June. New Mexico's teachers could soon see a boost in their pay. The governor's office announced yesterday that they will push for a 7% increase for all educational personnel and also boost minimum teacher pay to $50,000 in the next legislative session. It's expected to cost the state about $280 million per year. Erica.
Here's a look at the traffic map. The maps are looking clear this morning. No accidents or slowdowns to tell you about. And here's a check on Tracker. We're heading east on I-40 near Rio Grande. Some more cars out there, but we'll let you know if anything happens.
A middle school student from Texas is being hailed a hero this morning. Last month, 6th grader James started choking during lunch when a piece of wrapping got stuck to the bottom of his food. His friend Arid jumped into action and performed the Heimlich maneuver, saving his classmate's life.
Welcome back. On this day in 1997, a tornado was reported, and this was one of 3 tornadoes reported in New Mexico during the month of December. It was rated as an EF0. These are really, really uncommon during December here. Time now for the 5 facts.
We start with number 5 here.
A local restaurant in Nob Hill is helping out a family who lost their son when their house burned down. Jacob Elliott, who owns the pharmacy in Nob Hill, wanted to do something for the family of Zaven Garcia, the 17-year-old who died running back into his burning home to save his family. Today, the restaurant is donating 100% of the restaurant's profits to Zaven's family.
Number 4 now, the new owners of a plaza in the metro are working to find a more eco-friendly solution to a 3-decade-long tradition. Henry's Tree is named after Henry Aceves, who started the tradition back in 1994 when he owned the Old Town Basket and Rug Shop. After his shop closed up, the family continued the tradition. This Friday it will be lit for the last time in Plaza Don Luis. The new owners say they're looking to do something different, either bringing in one big tree or a faux tree as a replacement.
And at number 3, it's going to be a quiet and mild day across the state. Temperatures 10 to 25 degrees warmer than normal. We'll be making it back into the 50s for the northern and western part of the state, the 60s through the metro and Santa Fe, and the 70s for much of eastern New Mexico.
On to number 2 now. The city of Albuquerque is launching a national search for a new phase to oversee APD's police reform. The current superintendent is retiring after being on the job for only 8 months. The current superintendent is Sylvester Stanley. He's been responsible for a complete overhaul of the academy bringing in new leadership and improving training practices. The position also oversees the academy and discipline of officers for police misconduct. Finally, number one for you this morning, the state's top health doctor is encouraging anyone who is eligible to get a booster shot to get one. New Mexico's 7-day test positivity average is close to 13%. That is much higher than our target of 7.5. Health officials say they're still waiting to see how Thanksgiving travel and gatherings will impact case counts. Officials say as of last check, the unvaccinated make up about 80% of hospitalizations and deaths this past month. People who are vaccinated now make up 29% of cases. The state says it will be changing its requirements for healthcare workers, schools, and state employees to include a booster if one is due.